The number one question that I get asked ever since I started my YouTube channel is, do I need a license to start a business? Do I need a business license if I'm going to be at home? What about an LLC? Is that the same thing as a business license? Well, today I'm going to be answering that question right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, what's up? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post new videos every single week. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about it. Business license. Do you need a business license in order to have a business? If you are in a nail suite or lash suite or wherever suite you are, if you are home based, if you own a shop, well, obviously if you own a shop, there's stuff you need, but let's talk about exactly what you should have if you want to consider yourself a legit operating functional business. So before we get into any of that, I just have to stop and mention that I am finally back to offering some in-person classes. So if you follow me on Instagram or you randomly check out the community tab here on YouTube, I'm going to be offering 3 in-person classes this fall. So the first one is going to be a 2-day nail art class, and we're going to go over everything from 3D nail art, rhinestone placement, polishing techniques, how to do encapsulated nails using the hard gel technique. It's going to come with an amazing, I put together an amazing kit for you guys to work with over the 2 days. So if you want to sign up for that, I'll leave a link and you can go check that out. The next one is going to be a nail tech troubleshooting workshop. I didn't want to offer anything that you can basically take everywhere, how to do application, this, and that. If you have a little bit of knowledge or you have a lot of knowledge, but you're having some issues when it comes to prepping the nail, lifting, e-filing, what bits to use for the correct procedure that you're going to be doing, how to do a fill-in, we're going to be going over all of that. Anything that can go wrong when you are doing nails, we're going to talk about so we can fix it and elevate ourselves as a nail tech. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link and register for that as well. And lastly, I'm going to be doing a nail tech business workshop. So this business workshop is going to talk about everything from how to grow your clientele, how to keep your clientele, how we can strategize when it comes to marketing, content creation, and all that. It does come with a little business bundle that you will get as well that you can kind of follow along with for the workshop. So again, if you guys are interested in any of these videos, it is very limited seatings. They are going to be here in my nail studio in the Bronx. So if you want to sign up, I will leave links below and you can go check that out. Or again, you can go to my profile on Instagram and you can click the link and sign up. Do not wait until the last minute. There is a few spots left for each one of those classes as of now. Okay, back to the video. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is select your business structure. So I spoke about this before in a video that I previously made about business banking, and I broke down all the different types of business structures. So I'm not going to get into that fully right now. I will leave a link above and you can go check that out. But you need to select your business structure. This means, are you going to be a corporation? Are you going to be a sole proprietorship? Are you going to be an LLC? We have to select the business structure before we do anything. So this is something that you can easily do at your state when you go online and you register yourself and you select your business structure. That's the first thing that they're going to ask you. If you need help in deciding, again, I will leave a link and you can go check that video out where I broke down what exactly all those different business structures were, my recommendation. Maybe why not do an LLC? Why do sole proprietorship? You should know the difference before selecting. Don't just choose one because everybody says LLC, so I'm going to do an LLC. Most people don't even know what LLC stands for. So go check that out and I'll fully break that down for you in that video. But that's the first thing that you're going to want to do. However, the only thing I want to add in this segment is that you can start an appearance enhancement business using a DBA or doing business as registration. So this is when you want to register a company underneath a name other than your legal or your given name. You will need a DBA for this, doing business as trade name registration. So that's another option if you did not want to fully establish a business structure just yet. And I also just want to point out that you can also do both. You can have an LLC, but let's say your LLC, you are Tanya's Nails, but then you also do Tanya's Lashes. It's 2 different things. I can have the business all registered underneath Tanya's Nails, but I could have a DBA filed with the state for Tanya's Lashes because I also do business as that name. So again, you want to do a little bit of research. Again, this varies from state to state. So you just want to make sure that we are following the proper paperwork, but you can have both or you can just do the one or the other. Again, to my understanding, in the state of New York, you can just do, if it's an appearance enhancement business, you can just register as a doing business as. So what are some other documents that you're going to need? So immediately after you do your business structure, you're going to need to register your business with the IRS in order to get a tax ID or an EIN number. So you will definitely need to do this if your business is going to sell any taxable items. And yes, ladies, that includes your services. Your services should be taxed. This is why as a entrepreneur, we have to pay taxes back at the end of the year. If you choose to not take taxes from your customers throughout the year, then you're gonna have to pay taxes on that. So my suggestion to you, which I actually end up doing after speaking with my tax guy, which I don't know if I ever even spoke about on here, I added taxes onto my services. So my services look like they have like crazy amounts because it's a certain amount that I tax my customers on, because majority of my customers do pay with card. So the taxes are already taken out, it's pushed to the side. So I know when it's time to do taxes, I've already collected that tax money and I'm just getting that back to the IRS. It's not like I charge somebody $20, but then the tax on that for, I think 4.5% is like $20.90. So that every 90 cents I have to, it's technically coming from that 20, if you get what I'm trying to say. They've already been taxed and I'm just paying it back already. So that was a lot easier for me, a lot cleaner. So you definitely want to look into that with your tax person. And the thing is that all businesses definitely are going to need a federal tax or an EIN number, except sole proprietorships that are not employers and that are not independent contractors. So an independent contractor, if you're working as an independent contractor, meaning you are self-employed and working for someone else or business independently and earn more than $600 a year. So maybe you take gigs, you're a nail tech and you just do a couple little gigs throughout the year and you just, they'll send you the 1099 at the end of the year and you collected X amount of money. You can consider yourself an independent contractor if you have made more than $600 that year. So in that situation, you don't necessarily need an EIN number. Most sole proprietorships, they can use their social security number because again, we are not separating ourselves from the business in that sole proprietorship business structure. So you can just use your social security number for that, or you can actually just file a federal tax ID or EIN number if you choose to. Another important document that you should have if you plan to sell or buy anything wholesale, you will need a reseller certificate. So this is not something that's expensive. It's very cheap. Is it free? I don't know about in New York. I do have one. But if you're able to buy products wholesale and without taxes. So I know I'm able to use it, maybe not like Amazon and stuff like that, or maybe like Young Nails or something. But if you go to your local shop, tell them I have a reseller certificate. They'll take the information of the certificate. And every time that I do shop locally, I don't pay sales tax for my nail products because I had that reseller certificate. So that's definitely something that you should just have. Again, it's either really, really cheap or it's free. You just have to apply it. After you do your structure, EIN number, apply for the reseller certificate. Those should be like the basic things that you have kind of like immediately and it'll all kind of flow in one shot. So for your business license and permits. So no matter what type of business you have, small, large, again, at home, in a suite, yes, you need a business license, not an LLC, not sole proprietorship, not corporation. That has absolutely nothing to do with your business license. You do need a business license in order to operate if you call yourself a business. So before I get into what I'm going to get into in the next segment, I just want to point out to you guys as a disclaimer that as I talk about this, remember that I am in New York State. I will be discussing the requirements about obtaining a business license in the state of New York, and know that every state is different. So you will need to make sure that you are looking into what your state's requirements are and the registration process. I can only speak and vouch for New York State, but again, to my understanding, every state needs a business license in order to operate. But what is considered a business is at home, how much money you make, this and that. All little details can vary state to state. So again, everything I'm going to be discussing going forward is going to be more for this New York State requirements. So in the state of New York, you need to file an appearance enhancement license or a renter application. So yes, if you rent a suite or a space and your business is registered with the state, you will still need to file a business license in order to operate. If any shape, way, or form you call yourself a business, then you need to obtain a business license. In order to obtain this business license, there are some requirements that you are going to need to have before you can even start the process. So let's go over what some of those things are. So one, you need to be 18 years old in order to apply for a business license. Number two, the fee as of right now is $60 for the initial application, and then you need to renew this business license every 4 years, and that's going to be an additional $60 every 4 years to renew your license. Next, your business must comply with all federal, state, and local health and safety laws and rules. And lastly, your business must have some type of insurance. So you must have accidental and professional insurance policies set in place for your business, and each one of those policies in the amount of $25,000 per occurrence or $75,000 in combination, and also a general liability policy in those same amounts. And you must have proof that you have insurance before you can even apply for the business license. So let's just talk about business insurance for a second. So I know a lot of you are like, what? I don't understand what's happening. I don't know about business insurance and where do I go? So honestly, most companies don't have business insurance that are in the beauty industry. They don't really think about anything like that, but it's definitely something, again, one, you need it if you want to get the business license, and two, you should have it anyway. So let's just talk a little bit about what exactly insurance means and what different type of policies we can have when trying to find something. So again, business insurance is not something that everybody thinks about. Some people just honestly don't want to pay for it. They don't think they need it. They don't want it. But it does come in handy, especially for small business owners. So let's talk about business insurance and the different types of business insurances that there are. So the first thing is why? Why get business insurance? One, like I said, you need it if you want to get your business license. That's first and foremost. But anytime that you are working with the public, you want to make sure you protect yourself from your business and any claims and lawsuits that you don't see coming. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in our business as we're working with people. If you're a lash tech, oh my God, if you get glue in somebody's eye, they could go blind. Guess whose fault it is? Yours. If I cut somebody during a pedicure and now her toe needs to come off because it got super infected and whatever, who can she sue? Me. So the thing is, you want to make sure and don't think, oh, my customers would never. When it comes to money, people will do anything. I don't care if it's my best friend. You will be very surprised. So again, we want to protect ourselves and our business from anything that we don't see coming or anything that can possibly happen when working with the general public. And remember that you can be sued for anything, even if you haven't made a mistake. If someone slips and falls in your nail suite or your nail room or your nail salon, that's your problem, and you are going to be held liable for that. But business insurance is going to cover the costs of anything that you could be sued for and the cost to defend yourself. So what are the different types of insurance that you can have? So this is going to depend on the type of business you have, but most businesses are going to need general liability, especially if you interact with clients and are face-to-face with them on a daily basis, which is going to be basically most of us in the beauty industry. General liability insurance is going to cover somebody else's claims of bodily injuries, property damage, personal injury, and you also might be covered for claims that if you damage somebody's reputation or slander. If you're somebody that's offering professional advice, then you should get professional liability insurance. That's going to help you in those situations. And then if you have business equipment like computer tools, then you may want to get a BOP, which is a business owner's policy, which is basically a combination of general liability with coverage for your business's property. So I just want to also sidebar that if you have an LLC, so I broke this down before, if you have an LLC, it separates me from my business if anything goes wrong. But do you need business insurance if you have an LLC? You think, well, they can't sue me because they're going to sue the business because I have an LLC and I'm protected. You're wrong. So yes, you still need to get business insurance if you have an LLC, because the LLC is going to protect your personal assets, but the business is still at risk. And the business liability insurance is going to protect your business's assets. So it's definitely separate and you should still get it even if you have an LLC. And guys, I just want to point out that there are several companies out there. If you do your research, I will try to leave a link down below to one that was recommended to me and two that I have also came across. There was one that was promoting, I believe it's Hiscox, Hiscox. I'll leave a link. I'll try to leave the two that I'm thinking about down below, but I know Hiscox is definitely one. And when you sign up with them, and you can go check out everything, but when you are choosing a business insurance policy, you want to read everything that is included in this policy and know the best option for you and your business. You know what you have, what your business is worth, you know your interactions with clients, so you have to choose best, because they even had a cyber policy, I believe, when I checked and was doing some research, so that if you are somebody that's kind of like heavy into content creation, it protects you and your social media accounts. If you post something or somebody says you did this and that, there's so many different options, but you definitely want to look into some type of business insurance that's going to benefit you and your business and protect yourself. Okay, I hope I finally was able to answer that question that you guys have been asking me. I know any comment that I've left, I've been very vague. I was very hesitant to kind of do this business. I don't want to kind of speak out of place. Again, I'm always going to recommend that you guys do your own research. I am not a professional. I'm not giving any type of legal advice, so please know that. And again, I speak from the New York State point of view because this is where I live, this is where I am, and I'm more familiar with these rules. But you always want to make sure that you are looking into what is required when you want to start or operate, run, own any type of business or business structure. So please look into all this, and please just use this video as a guide in how to kind of which moves that you should be making. But this is not any type of legal or business advice. I'm just trying to help you guys out and spread a little bit of knowledge. If you guys have any other questions for me, please do not hesitate to leave them below. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.